It was supposed to be a warm and nostalgic interview. Sir Patrick Stewart, the beloved Star Trek and X-Men legend, had come to ITV's Lorraine to promote his new memoir and upcoming theater project. But what began as light-hearted banter quickly spiraled into one of the most awkward and talked-about moments in British morning TV history. The show opened with Lorraine Kelly's usual cheerful tone. "We've got a real treat for you this morning," she said, smiling at the camera. The iconic Sir Patrick Stewart joins us to talk about his remarkable life and career. The audience applauded warmly as Stewart walked onto the set, wearing a crisp navy jacket and his signature calm smile. At first, the conversation flowed easily. Lorraine asked about his memories from Star Trek, The Next Generation, his friendship with Ian McKellen, and how he balanced stage and screen acting. Patrick was charming, witty, and thoughtful, everything viewers expected. But then, Lorraine shifted the discussion towards something more personal. "You've spoken before about how fame sometimes changes people," she said. "Do you ever feel you've become a bit detached? I mean, you're known for being a bit serious, aren't you?" Patrick chuckled politely. "Detached? I'd call it reflective," he replied. "I take my work seriously, perhaps that's what people mistake for being distant." Lorraine pressed on. "Oh, come on, Patrick," she said with a teasing grin. "You actors can be a bit pretentious at times, can't you? All that Shakespeare and philosophy." The atmosphere shifted. Patrick's smile faded slightly. "Lorraine, with all due respect," he said, his tone calm but firm, "I've spent my life studying language and human behavior. There's nothing pretentious about taking one's craft seriously." Her grin faltered, but she tried to laugh it off. "Oh, I didn't mean it like that, love. You know what I mean. Viewers just like to see the human side, not the professor of acting." Patrick crossed his arms. "And perhaps the problem is that the media prefers to reduce actors to soundbites instead of conversations that matter." That's when the tension truly became visible. Lorraine, slightly defensive, replied, "Patrick, it's just a morning show. We keep things light. You don't have to get philosophical." "And maybe that's part of the issue," he countered. "If we keep everything light, we stop talking about things that actually matter. Art should challenge us." There was an uncomfortable silence. The crew shifted nervously behind the cameras. Lorraine tried to move on, asking about his upcoming West End play, but Patrick wasn't done. "You invited me here to talk about my work and my life," he said. "But it feels like you're more interested in making me a punchline." "Patrick," Lorraine interjected, her tone sharper now, "I think you're overreacting. It's just a bit of fun." "That's exactly the problem," he said, standing up. "When respect is replaced by fun, we lose the essence of meaningful conversation." The audience gasped. Lorraine looked stunned. "Sir Patrick, please, sit down," she said. "We still have a few minutes left." But Patrick shook his head. "No, I think I've said enough." He removed his microphone, placed it gently on the coffee table, and said, "Thank you, Lorraine. I wish you all the best." Then he walked off set, leaving a stunned silence in his wake. The show cut to an emergency commercial break. When it returned, Lorraine looked visibly flustered but tried to keep her composure. "Well," she said with a nervous laugh, "that was unexpected. Sir Patrick Stewart, everyone. A true legend, even when he disagrees with me." Within minutes, clips of the confrontation began circulating online. Social media exploded with reactions, some defending Stewart's stance on respecting serious art, others accusing him of being too sensitive for a light morning show. One viewer tweeted, "Patrick Stewart was absolutely right. Lorraine was mocking him. Artists deserve respect." Another replied, "It's Lorraine's show. He could have taken a joke." Later that afternoon, Patrick's publicist released a brief statement. Greater than, Sir Patrick has great respect for Lorraine Kelly and ITV. However, he believes that discussions about art and culture should be treated with sincerity, even in light-hearted settings. Lorraine addressed the incident the next day on her show. "You know, sometimes live TV doesn't go the way you expect," she admitted. "Sir Patrick and I just had a bit of a misunderstanding. He's a wonderful actor, and I wish him nothing but the best." But insiders revealed to several outlets that producers were caught completely off guard. "We didn't expect Patrick to react like that," one source told the Mirror. "He's usually calm and thoughtful, but Lorraine's comment clearly touched a nerve." By evening, the clip had millions of views on YouTube. Comment sections were flooded with debate. Was Patrick standing up for artistic integrity, or was he simply being arrogant? Regardless of opinion, one thing was certain: the clash between Lorraine Kelly and Sir Patrick Stewart had become a defining viral moment in British television. It reminded viewers that even the most composed celebrities could lose their cool, and that morning TV, for all its smiles and sunshine, could sometimes spark the most unexpected storms. The morning after the explosive interview, ITV's offices were flooded with emails, messages, and phone calls. Some viewers praised Patrick Stewart for standing up for art and respect, while others accused him of being arrogant and condescending. The producers had never seen a reaction like it. Lorraine Kelly, known for her professionalism and good humor, tried to move on. But behind the scenes, she was still shaken. A close friend told the Daily Mail, "Lorraine genuinely admires Patrick. She didn't mean any harm, she was just joking, the way she always does with her guests." But his reaction really surprised her. Meanwhile, Patrick Stewart remained quiet, at least for a few days. When he finally appeared at a book signing event in London, journalists were waiting. One asked directly, "Sir Patrick, do you regret walking out of Lorraine?" Patrick paused for a moment before answering carefully. "Regret is not the word I'd use," he said. "I believe in standing by one's principles. Lorraine is a fine presenter, but I think sometimes we underestimate the public's appetite for deeper conversation." His calm response won him renewed admiration. Clips of his statement went viral again, this time under hashtags like #RespectForPatrick and #LetActorsSpeak. Fans shared quotes from his interviews and even older speeches, calling him a gentleman defending the soul of art. Still, others disagreed. TV critic Fiona Lambert wrote in The Guardian, "Morning talk shows are not Oxford debates. Lorraine was right, they're meant to be light, engaging, and relatable." Stewart's reaction was theatrical and unnecessary. The debate continued for days. On social media, people started comparing the clash to other infamous live TV moments, like Tom Cruise's couch jumping or Jeremy Clarkson's BBC exit. Memes spread showing Patrick Stewart beaming off the Lorraine set like Captain Picard leaving a failed mission. A week later, Lorraine extended a public olive branch. She invited Patrick to return to the show for a follow-up interview, this time, to set the record straight. To everyone's surprise, he accepted. When he returned to the studio, the atmosphere was noticeably different. Lorraine greeted him warmly but cautiously. "Sir Patrick, welcome back," she said. "I didn't think we'd see you here again so soon." Patrick smiled gently. "Nor did I," he admitted. "But I thought it might be important to finish the conversation properly." The tone was softer this time. Lorraine apologized if her remarks had sounded dismissive. "I honestly didn't mean to make fun of your passion," she said. "I just think our viewers like to see the lighter side of people they admire." Patrick nodded. "And that's fair. But I also think we can give them more credit. People want to laugh, yes, but they also want to think. They want meaning." The audience applauded. Lorraine smiled, visibly relieved. "You're absolutely right," she said. "Maybe we both learned something from that morning." For the next 10 minutes, the two engaged in a genuine, thoughtful discussion about art, fame, and media responsibility. It was calm, warm, and unexpectedly emotional. When the interview ended, Lorraine reached across the table and shook his hand. "Thank you, Sir Patrick. I think this is the conversation we should have had last time." Patrick replied with a smile, "Better late than never." After the show aired, social media buzzed again, but this time, it was overwhelmingly positive. Viewers praised both of them for handling the situation with grace and maturity. "That's how grown-ups resolve conflict," one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "From clash to class, what a comeback." Later that evening, Patrick posted on his official X Twitter account. "Greater than, a misunderstanding turned into a valuable dialogue. Thank you, Lorraine, for allowing space for reflection and respect." Lorraine reposted it with a heart emoji and the message, "Greater than, all good, Sir Patrick. You're welcome anytime." Behind the scenes, ITV executives were thrilled. Ratings for both episodes had skyrocketed, bringing in the highest Lorraine viewership in years. Even advertisers benefited from the viral buzz. What had started as a heated clash had turned into a PR miracle. In the weeks that followed, the story became something of a legend in entertainment circles, a reminder that even in a world of scripted smiles and polished PR, real emotion still cuts through. Patrick Stewart went on to continue his theater work, while Lorraine carried on with her morning show, both with newfound mutual respect. Months later, in a BBC radio interview, Patrick reflected on the incident with a hint of humor. "I suppose I let Captain Picard take over for a moment," he said with a chuckle. "But I'm glad we talked again. Lorraine and I are quite fine now, we even shared tea after the second interview." And so, what began as a storm of words ended as a lesson in humility, communication, and the strange beauty of live television, where even a clash can become a bridge.